guys, it's Kelly. I am back with a process video. This is my first layout that I created using my September Wild Hare kits, and I am just going through the papers trying to figure out exactly what I want to use. I have a couple of pictures that are softball of my daughter when she was in middle school, and they have been sitting on my desk for a while. Sometimes I get in a rut when I am doing softball pictures. First of all, there's only so many different phrases and titles that you can use. Second, the colors are a little difficult for me, between the dirt on the field or her uniforms, because her uniforms have been some not so great colors. So I will occasionally just, go ahead and print some up that I like and just keep them on my desk for when inspiration hits. So this piece of paper right here by Amy Tangerine, it is from her Shine On collection. That was actually what inspired me to look at the pictures that I had, because of that really pretty peach color, and it worked beautifully with the color photos that I had of Emily hitting. It's so funny, she saw this layout and oh, these pictures are probably 3, maybe 4 years old, and she just critiqued her stance so bad, and I was like, that's part of your learning opportunity, your growth. So it was kind of neat that she could look and be like, oh, my foot should have been down or up, or my knee should have been bent. Look at my hips, they weren't all the way around. It was just funny. So another reason to scrapbook, so you can see just how far you have come. So I love these papers by Amy Tangerine. They are different than her normal. I feel they're a little bit more muted, and I am loving the patterns. This black and white's not necessarily muted, but it's definitely a really cool contrast with the asterisks. And the other side I love equally as well. It's some triangles, and they almost, I guess, look watercolor like. So anyway, I am going to be trimming and trying to save as much of this pattern paper as I can while I'm working with this kit, and then once I'm done with the kit, I will evaluate it and see what pieces that I want to keep. I find that when I have papers that I love to use or that are very versatile, if I am good and try to save little bits and pieces, I will work them onto a page. And I only do that for patterns that I love or I feel like will really work well. So I wanted to see if I could get that triangle pattern paper in the cluster as well, but I felt like it was just too much, it was too busy, and I think the yellow in the triangles was throwing me off. So at this point, I decided to just stay with the colors that I was working with at the time and have that kind of peachy color, the black, and the white. So I'm just going through the die cuts that came in the kit as well, and they are by Amy Tan. I believe that just about everything on this page is from Amy Tangerine's new collection, with the exception of the sequins. Those are exclusives from Spiegel Mom Scraps. And what else? There was one other thing. Oh, the alphas. For my kit this month, I did not request any alphas, and I did that just so that I could use some in my stash. So I pulled out one of Amy Tan's older collections. It's a gray rubber vinyl-like sticker. I'm not sure exactly what it really is, but it's a great font and it works well with this page and the colors. So I went ahead and I fussy cut that camera out. I have some stickers that have cameras, but they were a little bit smaller, and I just felt like with that cut apart sheet that camera would be a better size to help weigh down that cluster. And I thought that, when I'm looking at the balance, that I wanted a little bit of that peach color up top as well. So I'm just going to tear a few strips of pattern paper and make a cluster up top, and I really like the way that it came out. You know, it's something about when you use different pattern papers that have like a different feel. This has, I guess, maybe a bit more of a graphic design, that you can make some of your pages with the same, like, I don't want to say like following a sketch, but you can lift yourself, or you can do things that are very similar, yet they still look pretty different just due to the pattern papers and the patterns of the papers that you choose. Wow, that was a mouthful. So anyway, I hope you followed what I was trying to say. So I like the way things are looking, so I want to go ahead and stick down my photos. I am going to pop this one up just for a little bit of dimension. This is when she has hit the ball and is looking at it and getting ready to run. So I just wanted to, you know, bring a little bit more attention to that. And I'm going to skew it off to the side just a hair, enough to where you can tell that I skewed it on purpose, but not so much to where it really hurts your eyes to look at it. Sometimes if I tilt things too much, it really drives me bonkers. So I have to be careful when I'm tilting, just to make it look like it's intentional, but just a slight tilt. So I am going to go ahead and add some black splatters. So for me, I think what I have found the easiest for me to do right now is just to water down some black acrylic paint and use a brush. I'm still working on perfecting this. You know, black acrylic paint scares me. You know, I've done it enough to where it shouldn't, but it doesn't matter. Each time I get a little, you know, oh, I can't believe I'm getting ready to do this. And I, you know, just need to do it, I think, more often just to get over that. But I do like the way that it looks. I do come back in and make a few of the splatters just a little bit bigger, and I just barely touch down the brush to the cardstock and just darken in a few of the splatters. I also, I keep on moving the journaling tag back and forth just because I want to make sure that I have enough splatter showing once I put that tag down, or the die cut. So these are the alphas that I was talking about. I think the font just works well with, you know, this collection, obviously because it's the same designer. Although she has different fonts on the die cuts, I just, you know, it just made it so easy, and I liked the gray because it pulled in the gray pattern paper, and it brought attention to the title without it being too stark. I felt like if I had pulled black, that I would need a smaller title, if that makes sense. And I liked the way that this title spanned most of the photos, you know, the width of the photos. So at this point, I want to go ahead and get some of the things stuck down. I love the way that that camera looks. I feel like it adds a lot of weight to that bottom cluster, and it balances out so that, you know, there is now a nice triangle between the top cluster, that bottom right-hand cluster, and the title. So I am going to put a little bit of foam, craft foam, underneath that. I changed the tripod back on my camera because the other one that I was using, which is a nicer tripod, it's not so nice because it's not working at the moment. It wants to, it doesn't want to hold my camera in place. It just wants to bend over. Something about the height has been adjusted and it's not liking it, so I need to figure it out. So one of the last things that I'm going to do is put some of these sequins down on the layout. They are exclusives for Wild Hare kits, and they were made by Spiegel Mom Scraps. And I'm not sure, but they look like they were made for this Amy Tan collection exclusively. They work beautifully with it. I am going to pull out the peach and the white sequins though, just, you know, to add a little something without bringing in too much more color. And then the last couple of things I'm going to do is I'm going to, after I glue those down, I'm going to add some of the puffy heart stickers to the clusters as well. And then I pull out her sticker book. Her sticker book is amazing, and it has a bunch of different stickers. If you look at my video where I go through the kit, I show the stickers that are in it, and I pull out some of the black clear ones, and I just love that floral detail they give to the page without it looking like a floral, if that makes sense. So I just wanted to thank you guys for your sweet comments on the passing of my kitty Juliet. It has been devastating, I will be honest. It was very unexpected. It was very sudden, just within a couple of hours. And when we took her to the vet, they did an x-ray, and it looked like she had had some type of cancer, and it was in her lungs, and she was in heart failure. And, you know, she's been in our family for 13 years, and, you know, so she's had a good life. But, you know, when you have a kitty that appears to be perfectly healthy, or, you know, any pet, and you lose them suddenly, it's just, you know, it's a very sad time. So I just wanted to thank you. We are still very sad and trying to mourn the loss, and poor Romeo has been depressed. Nobody can tell me that animals do not have feelings and that they can't feel the loss of someone. So anyway, I just wanted to thank you when I could actually get the words out. So that's it for me today. I appreciate you stopping by, and again, giving me all the comments, the love, and the support. Your words have meant a lot. And I have some close-ups at the end, and I will hopefully see you soon. I'm not so sure. We are in Hurricane Florence's path and trying to get everything straight as I'm doing this voiceover now. So just stay safe if you are in the path with me. I'll see you soon, guys. Take care. Bye.